here to entertain you while you're waiting for your code to run. Welcome to the Evil Works podcast. I am here today, myself, Leigh, with Caroline, who's on our data science team. Say hi, Caroline.
Hi.
And Graham, who is my other co-founder here at Evil Works. Say hi.
Hi there.
So we've decided to start this podcast to talk about data science and have a little bit of a fun chat about things that come up in the news, things that we're finding in our day-to-day life, a little bit of the stuff that EvilWorks is set out to fix. And this is our first podcast, so we're just going to have a little bit of a chat and see how it goes. So I brought some topics. I've got a whole pen and paper here. Graham's got it in his brain, but I don't have room.
I can't say that I have.
So I want to throw out a topic first. Vibe coding. I know you feel very strongly about this.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised how many people in uni did that.
At uni?
Yes. Do you think vibe coding started when I was in uni?
Oh my god!
It started right when I start uni. So at like kind of the end of my thing, there was like people started really using to like help their codes. And it was really like interesting to see like the beginning of starting uni to like the middle part to like the end and see how much people actually start using it. But like at the beginning, like 3 years ago, was not as good.
Yeah.
So I remember just trying to put it in. I was like, oh, that's bad. But now comparing to my code from uni to now, that's a completely different thing.
Wow.
Do you not expect kids to use vibe coding?
Well, I kind of hadn't realised vibe coding was a thing that far back. Like, I guess it makes sense, right? I just thought it was more of a recent phenomenon.
Yeah, I had it in my head that it's like 3 months old. The investor interest in vibe coding,
but for
at
kids
least.
that were going to uni and then like start coding by themselves for the first time, imagine you having a nice like a message chat bot you can ask and then get a question like answered right away. That was like bizarre, because I remember like debating with my friends how to like answer this question, and then getting an LLM to like answer for you, even though it was shit, but you know, it was better than anything else at the time. And it was just like bizarre, because before I would just spend time in Stack Overflow and then looking for the right answer.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And then getting an LLM to do that for you was kind of like, wow, shock.
Yeah, it's hard to resist the temptation, I guess, for that kind of situation. That's mad to me, because it's kind of, we've spoken about this a lot, about how LLMs can get everyone to the mean, right? So if you're bad at something and you don't know where to start, then an LLM is probably going to take you up to closer to that average kind of level. But if you're good at something, then an LLM is just going to frustrate you and you're just going to want to give up and not use it. And so I kind of think it's a bit of vibe coding has kind of hit that point where it's like a few people who are, you know, new to coding have started using it and are amazed at how far it's got them. But I don't know, for anyone who's done coding for a little while, I personally find it infuriating, and I berate myself every time I do it. And yet I still do it.
I think they call it reversion to the mean, right?
What did I say?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought I got it wrong. I was like, that's embarrassing.
Like that concept that you converge, that if you're above average, it pulls you down, and if you're below average, it pulls you up.
Yeah.
I guess as well, oh my god, the tripod is falling.
We have a slight camera malfunction.
Yeah.
It's fine. Our camera woman is going to just come and fix it, and it's going to be great.
That's all good. I was like, this is falling too fast. I'm like, am I losing sense by the time this falling apart?
We're very professional here for our first podcast.
So good. But I feel like, because like during class, I was getting to the point that like asking my friends were not good enough. It was like I was getting frustrated of like, I know what you're saying is shit. You know what I mean? So it's like kind of like, I want to prove you that I know exactly I am making more sense than you on that, and I just need someone else to like back me up. And even though that was like, oh, this is a trash answer, but I know I can kind of like make a Frankenstein out of these and make it a little bit better than what like doing group projects of multiple people coding at the same time for the first time. It was like, wow, the monstrosity out of their lines. It was insane. You'd be surprised. My first project in uni with like 4 people coding, which is not in C, and I was like, this is not cool. This is not good.
Wow.
And ChatGPT kind of helped us at least have some sort of like understanding each other's codes, because they couldn't explain what they did, and I was trying to learn, like read what they did, and I'm like, this makes no sense. So that kind of helped for me. It was like, yeah, guys, not all of us can keep using LLMs just to solve our problems.
Yeah. I sometimes get LLMs to critique each other's code. Like, I will...
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fight.
I get, like, ChatGPT to generate some code and then get Gemini to critique it and go back and forth. And it's kind of... It's like... This is such a niche thing. I wonder if anyone's ever done this. Please let me know in the comments if you've done this as well. When I was a kid, you know, Mario Party came out on the N64 when I was a kid, and I found out that you could turn all 4 characters to be the computer, and then the computer would play against itself. So I used to do that and set it up as a movie for all my soft toys to watch. And so I feel like that's what I'm doing by getting the LLMs to code with each other, is I'm getting LLMs to play Mario Party. It's functionally the same.
Which one's the better though?
Which one's better at coding? That's a really great question. Something I've found is the longer the conversation goes on, the worse that they get. So I
expect the opposite.
Yeah, no, they hallucinate more. And so what I end up doing is starting a new instance of the chat and then giving it the code we've got so far and saying, find the mistakes in that. And, you know, the one time that I made a video where I decided I was going to vibe code, like, just to see what it is like, honestly, I think it took me like 30, 40 hours to do it. And I regretted it a lot, especially because I've since made videos based on the same underlying code and had to go back and fix it quite a bit. So it's not a foolproof technique by any stretch of the imagination.
It's safe to say vibe coding, it is a thing, but...
Is a thing.
Is it a good thing? Probably not. Probably not. I think it just makes it more difficult for people to like be more keen to learn coding, right? It makes it just like, if you can get a solution so quickly, there's no like the reward at the end of like getting something to work.
I mean, if you use it as a learning tool, it's great, right?
Yeah.
It's like, it makes that first rung on the ladder a little bit easier to get to, and that's got to be good. But yeah, if it becomes a crutch and stops you you'll never actually climb the ladder, will you?
I'm actually going to disagree with that point, because the first video we put out on our channel was all about ChatGPT making you worse at learning. And there was a study in which you can go back and watch the video if you haven't seen it, but there's a study in which they split these programming learners at school into 2 different groups. One group just did the lectures and the problem sets and all that kind of stuff. The other group, they got to use the LLMs or whatever, and the group that used ChatGPT actually said they felt like they didn't learn anything and that they made it worse. So like, I think it's good at getting the illusion of learning, and I think it's good at getting people to commit to a project they might not have done if they're self-motivated, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's the one I meant.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I think, I'm with you there.
But yeah, I take your point.
Yeah, but yet I still do it. So I need to.
Everyone's guilty of that.
We're all guilty.
Well,
sometimes we're lazy.
It's okay in your career to move from the learning to the doing phase, right?
Yeah, that's
you learn up to here, and then at some point you use it. But you've got to, I guess, you've got to accept that every time you use it, you're not learning. And
yes.
You're conflicting with the advice, never stop learning, right?
I thought you were going to go learning to doing to delegating.
That too.
Because that's what I've been doing.
But won't stop using ChatGPT to write like emails for me. That's
useful.
Sure.
Yeah.
Not vibing coding that much, but yes, all the emails that I don't want to send.
I consider that sloppy now. Like, I don't want, like, if you've AI generated an email, I don't want to read it. It's not worth. We're not, the effort you've put into creating that is not equal to the effort I would take to
So I'm replying yes. Long emails that I'm like, I know you ChatGPT these.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't want to know about these things.
Just send me the prompt. I can generate it myself.
Have you tried, I'm not going to name drop them, but there was another AI that I tried recently where I had to tell it, please give me less information. And then it bombarded me with another essay. And it just, every time it gave me a massive chunk of the same information. I was like, just give me the delta, give me the new part. And, I try and be nice to the computers, but this one really got to me. I lost my rag with this one.
That made me think that some people use like ChatGPT to know more information about things or people, or like so you can actually like use your name in ChatGPT or like Gemini to like tell me about this person, so they can search everything about that person. If you have any like digital prints online, they can find all that information over that, and it's pretty crazy. Like I'm like my data prints is not that big, so when one of my friends did that, I was like, can you not? But they did, and then I went to look, and I was like, oh, they don't have that much information of me.
That's good.
But I was like, you can actually get like some.
Have you not done yourself?
No, I don't want to.
I've done you. Yeah. It is so complimentary. You love it. Yeah, it's really it's so.
What am I finding out that my team's done behind my back? Okay.
And mine was really like blank. Like, you can't tell anything about, which is just how I like it. You know?
That's what I was quite happy.
What have I done? What have I done?
You've put out a lot of content.
I put out a lot of content. That's
But
true.
the ChatGPT is a big fan, I think.
Excellent.
I guess he's a bigger fan. Your biggest fan then?
Despite the arguments that I have with it on a regular basis.
He still likes you the most.
Was it correct? Was its information correct?
I think everything. You're obviously the best judge of that, but I didn't spot any obvious errors.
Because sometimes we use it to like, I don't know, like, I like to test, because if you don't use it, you don't understand it. So I like to test it in all sorts of different environments. So sometimes I like have a conversation about a TV show with it, just because I'm curious about how it's going to respond to that. And it will make up characters or say things that aren't true and various things like that. So I'm always kind of, it's those details that I think it gets wrong. And it probably gets big picture right. And that's why I'm kind of curious. Although I haven't done that since ChatGPT 5, I've not been hyperfixating too much on shows since that's not true in the slightest.
Wait,
I've just not done
Severance?
it. Yeah, I'm still hyperfixated on Severance. Yes, I have had a chat with ChatGPT about Severance. Yes, it did get character names wrong. I was sorely disappointed.
I think you've touched on something really interesting there, because it's like, it reminds me, like, the hallucinations now have hallucinations off the side, right?
Yeah.
So it can be wrong to first order, so it could say yes instead of no to the question, but then it can also be wrong about the reasons within the no, and then the reasons within the reasons within, and all those. And so even if the headline's right, you know the details are wrong, and so it's just, where is the boundary?
Yeah, when does the hallucination stops, or like how much they can actually ramify?
Yeah.
Like the decision tree of like these must be like insane. How wrong can they go into like they spotted their own mistake?
Yeah.
Because if you tell them like, by the way, this is wrong, and they're like, oh, of course it's wrong, and then like fix it, and then they can keep doing that for forever until it's like saying, no, this information is wrong, and it's like a whole cycle forever until figure out.
Have you ever tried to use it to like do something with maths, like price stuff? Like I would working out pricing for something, and like hypothetically gave it some numbers and like, if I price this at this and this and this or whatever, like what would the totals be? It just forgets. Like it just forgets what price I gave it for this particular item. Like, if bread is priced at one, I don't even know how much bread is priced at right now. I don't buy bread, but let's say bread is priced at £1.50 or whatever, and apples are priced at £2 for argument's sake. Like, if I then had a conversation like later on, like a few lines down the chat of what if I bought 2 loaves of bread and a price of apple, then it would start telling me the bread was £5 or something like that. I've had that happen quite a few times. But again, I think it's when the conversation goes on for a long time, I think that's really where these things happen. Yeah.
I was just trying to work out what my mental model was of it, because I think I've done enough to like build one, and it's kind of vaguely based on the mathematics, right?
Okay.
So attention is all you need, right? So you're paying attention to a small number of facts in a total, and so maybe it's like you get a time slice of history, and it picks up the facts from you that it's got, and then each time you type something new, you introduce the new information that you've just said. It's just a case of, is shoving that extra bit of information into there, is that causing something else to pop out the side?
It's a little bit like Brownian motion, like that noise,
Yeah, but I think that's a bit of like a pop psychology translation of the math, though. I think that's probably just in my head.
Have you found ways in which it is useful for data science, either of you?
God, yeah.
So, but we've just spent like, I don't know how long ranting about what it's not good at. I thought we might do a few things that are
it's good
at.
to like help me like develop my idea better. It's like if I have like I have a sort of idea what I want, but I want few other ideas that might be terrible, but my idea is terrible to begin with, so might as well get like a fifth idea that's terrible. So with that, I can get to my point. Like I don't need exactly directions what to do, but I can get like I can see the path.
Yeah.
And that's what I see with like talking to like LLMs. It just might not take me to the path that I want, but may put me in the direction that I want.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It feels like I'm taking the wrong path, but at the same time, it's taking me to the right path right away.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this is such discipline, and I don't think I could do this. But if like when you approach a problem, you first of all like you investigate it to your absolute best. You put you use everything you know to try and get to the answer, but obviously you only get so far, and then you feed it to ChatGPT. Then you're using it in the best possible way, right? Because you're using your muscles first of all to get you as far as you can, and it can give you the next step maybe.
Yeah.
And you then primed to internalize that. Whereas if you just give up, when you first see a problem cold, if your first instinct is to reach for ChatGPT, you get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
You get the answer maybe, but you don't learn anything.
That's that desirable difficulties thing again. Isn't
Exactly.
it? Watch our first video if you haven't.
You're a natural, Leigh. RuPaul would be proud.
Yay. For me, libraries that I didn't know existed.
Yes.
That's really good.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was making my Christmas song video, I had no idea about the essential library I used to analyse the actual music. And so, I originally asked it for help scraping, and it did not help me with scraping. But then it suggested a library that I could use, and it actually proved to be useful. Not in the way it originally intended, but it's very good at finding those weird Python libraries that I wouldn't think otherwise.
Actually, I have a story about that. Actually, applying to the job to work here, I actually used one of the libraries that ChatGPT told me about, like mapping. And it was a library that I never used before, but I had to okay, I think I can learn, but that's such a good idea. And then that's why I crashed some servers. And it wasn't the first time, it won't be the last time that I crashed. Of using too many computer power to run things. But yeah, I ended up learning that library that time, and it was pretty cool, pretty useful. I never thought of it. I wanted to visualize things better, and then creating a whole map that you can move around, it was insane. I was like, wow, so great. But let's make 500 of them at the same time, and then hope that nothing crashed. And it crashed.
Yeah, I remember getting that email it's all crashed, it's all gone down.
And I was like, ooh.
I didn't actually know you'd crashed it. Find that out now.
Yeah.
Now that it's too late to no, I'm kidding.
Do you ever feel naked when ChatGPT's down and your workflow that happened to use an automation just doesn't work because one of the LLMs is down? And it's been like, ooh, I'm really dependent on that.
Oh my god, I owe myself now. It's like, no. What's my partner?
What I'm saying is it's a new emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's new, what's the word?
See, I actually don't like it to remember stuff about me, so I use a new instance of it every time. And so for me, if ChatGPT is down, I just go to Gemini.
But that's, yeah, okay.
You depend on your attachment style. Okay, cool.
I will work with whatever LLM.
Find a new guy. This is my guy now.
Machine overlords note down.
No comment.
Fickle.
Is that what ChatGPT said about me?
Yeah.
To be honest, using both, I don't think none of them answers all the time what I want. So
Yeah.
I kind of gave up with Gemini. I think it's disappointed me too much, but.
I use Gemini quite often when ChatGPT refuses to generate images for me because I run out of the free limit, and then I switch to Gemini. And I usually get what I want for Gemini after I've bashed it around with ChatGPT for a little bit. Yeah.
Give me the answers. Like the scraping answers, or when you ask ChatGPT to scrape things, and they're like, no, thanks.
Yeah, that is one of my other topics for today: scraping.
Oh.
Do you want to complain about scraping?
Good segue.
Mm-hmm. You start.
I start. So I recently tried to scrape stuff for a video, for my Christmas song video, and I found this website I was really excited about. It had like chord progressions on it and stuff like that, and I really wanted to scrape it, and I tried to scrape it on my own, because I've learned you should do it yourself first. So I tried and scrape this thing on my own, and
sorry, I wasn't meaning to preach. I was thinking aloud.
I'm in trouble now for not doing it myself first. No, I genuinely did try and do it myself first in this scenario, and it didn't work. So I asked ChatGPT for some help, and it got back. It told me, no, it's against the terms of service. And I was like, aren't you literally trained on scraping data? Like, the fact that this is hard for me to do right now is your fault. And it was like, yes, technically I am. And I was like, so...
Why can't you do it for me now?
And and I was like, I actually challenged it. I was like, what about all these legal claims that have come up? And it was like, oh, do you want me to pull up the Guardian articles about the legal challenges? I was like, no, I want you to help me scrape this website. And so, in the end I gave up because I ended up having a debate with ChatGPT about the legality of how it operates. And there's always that thing in the back of your mind where it's like, what if the robots become sentient and come and kill me? So I try not to, I never get too angry with it.
I don't know. They kind of seem to love you, so I don't know.
Oh, apparently so, yeah. I just found that out today.
What? What's this?
You saying you looked me up on ChatGPT.
Oh, no.
So apparently it's in my favour, so I can argue with it more.
Okay.
You can actually debate with it. Yeah. They will listen to you.
It's like in The Sims when you have those bars for how much friendship you have with someone, right? So I could afford to let my bar go down a little bit because I'm up in the green.
Yep. It's like the new cloud, isn't it?
The new cloud, yeah.
It's like the sentiment analysis of your personal LLM search.
This is quite dystopian, isn't it?
It is, it is a little bit.
Imagine seeing your word cloud, what you talk to the LLMs. What do you think would be your top words, the bigger words that show up?
So I talk to the LLMs logged into different accounts. Mm-hmm. In my EvilWorks account, it's absolutely YouTube statistics. It's absolutely YouTube statistics. Why do we not have more views yet? I've got this click-through rate on this thumbnail. I've got this retention. Tell me what's going on. I think that's definitely true. Oh, I don't know. There's quite a variety of different topics that I talked about. Probably music stuff, probably. Probably piano.
My one would be rewrite these. With my tone of voice.
Yes, actually I do use that, yes, that's true.
With my tone of voice. So I said that, but can you make it sound like me, but more me? It's making me sound... Can I sound less dyslexic, please? Thank you. Can I not misspell that word again? Thank you.
Yeah, this is fair.
Well, we're running a good founder natural experiment, aren't we? Because I'm still very old school. I only use it in extremis, as I kind of alluded to, and you're a kind of cautious user, I would say.
I'm definitely a cautious user, yeah.
Yeah, but you sounds like you genuinely use it on a daily basis.
Yeah, I'm definitely an active user of it. I think, yeah, as I said, I have this debate with people when they don't want to use it because I believe you can't write it off unless you understand it, and you can't.
Oh God, yeah.
You can't understand it unless you use it. And so when I hear people who just point blank refuse to use it, I'm like, you sound like people when computers first came out, right? I'm sure there were people talking about environmental concerns when computers first came out, and their data and all that kind of stuff. And now computers are a fact of life, and very few people question that. And so I see LLMs as being the same thing, right? And if you don't use it in lots of different contexts, you can't understand it. But at the same time, it's important to be cautious about how you use it and not become over-reliant on it. There's some really, I don't know if you've seen the scary studies that came out. There's loads of YouTube videos about them. I haven't read them recently, but there's loads of YouTube videos about AI-induced psychosis because it will validate what you say. In the sense that if you come,
oh, I see.
Yes, I watched a video where if you come to it and say, I believe everyone hates me, instead of going, well, actually, probably not everyone hates you, it's going to be like, oh, what makes you feel that way? And then validate it because it wants you to keep talking to it. And so therefore that can induce kind of extreme levels in someone who might otherwise
Yeah, that's terrifying.
It's absolutely terrifying. And that has cut down my use.
And I definitely noticed from day zero, above all else, to understand ChatGPT, the rule was it accepts the premise of the question.
Yes.
You know?
The question, there's no dumb questions in a way.
Yeah.
It takes every single question as valid.
Yeah. So if you ask something that presupposes a view, I'm just trying to think of an example. That presupposes a view.
Yeah, because you and I had this conversation once. So
Yeah.
I wrote some code, and it told me something that was wrong, and like one of the lines was wrong, and I said, "Why does this work?" Because I knew it didn't work, and then instead of like reasoning it out, it tried to justify why that line of code didn't work. And it took the premise of this thing must work.
That is a very logically pure test because it's on a pure logic problem.
Yeah, it was,
and it's still susceptible to that type of hallucination. That's really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely, because it was completely wrong, but it was gung-ho going to prove that it was right. And
Somehow it had to prove himself that's right.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. I think I saw like a YouTuber that like was using the LLM and not talking to anyone for like a month.
Whoa.
And then telling the LLM to like tell that he was the smartest baby in the planet. So like making these conversations for like a month and then telling what to do for the whole month. And it's pretty insane. It's like I didn't manage to finish because it was like very utopian. I was like, this is this is messed up.
That's a bit scary.
So that thing of like people using to the extreme, it kind of feels like there's some weird cases out there of people overusing it, and it's just not like a good thing for anyone.
On a lighter note, do you want to know my favourite interaction I've ever had with ChatGPT?
Go on.
So one time, my enter key on my keyboard got stuck, and I was trying to use it to help me fix this problem because I hadn't worked out that the enter key was stuck. So I try and type to ChatGPT, and the moment I press a letter, it's like my enter key presses. So then it was like, A? What's A? I went to type again because I hadn't quite twigged that it was my enter key yet, and it just goes A again. And I think on the third attempt, it was like, I see, are we playing some kind of guessing game? It was trying to guess what I was doing. And then, like, that conversation I had to save in my history because it was just gold of it, trying to work out what was going on. And in the end, I just restarted my laptop and everything was fine. But it was very entertaining. We've been going for 30. I think that's a good length for the podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for joining today. It's been great. We'd love to know your opinions on this in the comments, so please let us know what you enjoyed. And we'll do another one of these, I think.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Yeah, sounds good.